Before I started filming, I sat down because Ted was here and I wanted to keep him company, and as soon as I hit record, he left me. So when I was doing my taxes for 2019, I realized that I more than quadrupled my income from 2018 to 2019. I'm feeling very proud of myself because, as many of you know, I had Lily in February of 2019. And not only did I have a newborn and I was amping up my business on YouTube and on Instagram, I didn't have any help. Like, I didn't have any outside help. So Brennan was in his last year of dentistry. He was studying for all of his final exams. Lily was actually born in the middle of the week of his final exams. Not only do you have final exams, you also then have to pass the dental board exam to become a dentist. So that was all happening basically when she was born. I had the best year I've ever had in terms of being an independent content creator. Many people don't like the word influencer, so a lot of people go towards content creator because we create content for brands, we create content for ourselves. As I was doing my taxes and looking back and figuring that I made over 5 times the amount that I made in 2018, I thought, how did I do this? What did I do differently in 2019 than 2018 to have this kind of business personal success, especially with a freaking newborn, with a baby? And a lot of you know that my brother helped me out in September, October, November, December of 2019. So I did have him helping me. Like, he was in some of my videos. Sometimes he would watch Lily because I couldn't do all the work by myself anymore. Like, I couldn't keep up with doing all the work and taking care of her, especially when she got more mobile and stuff. As well, we did go to Atlanta for Miss Universe. We went to New York with a stroller company, and so I couldn't go on my own and do some of these things completely on my own. I needed like an extra set of hands to help me a little bit. People often ask and wonder, how do influencers, how do content creators make money? So content creators, influencers, they make money in a few different ways. First is brand partnerships. So brands will pay you to share their product, create content for them, talk about their company, their product, whatever it is, to your audience. The next is YouTube AdSense. So this isn't ads that you create. This is like when you go onto YouTube and there's an ad before the video that you want to watch, or there's an ad within the video that you're watching, you get a percentage of that from Google, from AdSense. Then there is affiliate links. So I personally make most of my money through brand partnerships and through AdSense on YouTube. So without further ado, I've done enough babbling. Here are my top tips, things that have helped me find success in 2019 and now into 2020 in the content creation world. Number 1, if you sit back and wait for success to happen, wait for success to come to you, wait for things to come to you, it's not going to happen. So when I first started getting involved, it would have been like 2017, 2018 in the Instagram, in the YouTube, not as much YouTube, in the Instagram world. I was kind of waiting for something to happen. Like, I was waiting for brands to reach out to me. I actually worked with a couple of different agencies that represented me, and I basically sat back and waited for them to do something for me. And when you're with some of these agencies, you're exclusive to them. So you cannot, on your own behalf, reach out to brands, reach out to companies, because you're exclusive to this agency. So I did get a few partnerships when I was with these agencies, but nothing like I did when I finally went on my own. When I went on my own and worked for myself, I did brand outreach myself. I had brands reaching out to me and I connected with them. I sent my stuff over to them, i.e. my media kit and info about me. I booked, I think it was like 5 or 6 brand partnerships like the first week that I was on my own. So no one is going to work as hard for you and for your business as you are going to work for yourself. Number 2, stop the comparison. It is so easy in the Instagram, YouTube world to compare yourself to others, whether it's your content, whether it's the apparent success that you're having or not having. It is so easy to compare yourself to others, and that is where I would get stuck in this trap of, oh, look what this person's doing. This person is doing so much. They're working with all these different brands. I'm not doing that. I spent so much of my energy comparing myself to others that I didn't leave enough energy to put into myself, to put into my own business, and that is gonna suck the life out of you. It's gonna suck the inspiration out of you. So stopping and halting that comparison and putting that energy into yourself, putting it into how can you get better? better? How can you create better content? How can you connect with your audience more? And there's a class that I've taken that has helped me get out of this funk of comparing myself, and it is called Unlocking Your Potential 5 Exercise to Build Creative Confidence by Emma Ganage. It just allowed me to ground myself with what I'm about, what content I want to share, the message I want to leave on the world, the message I want to leave with others. Number 3, share what you want, not what you think you should share. I think it's easy to see what other people are doing, seeing that they appear to be successful, and thinking we have to do that as well. What works for you isn't going to work for everyone. What works for others isn't necessarily going to work with you. And the ultimate important thing to remember is sharing things that you genuinely love, that you genuinely care about. And an example of this is my YouTube channel. When I got started with YouTube, I was trying to do what others were doing. Then I started sharing pageant content, things about the pageant world, my opinions, my thoughts, my stories, and that really took off because that's something that I loved, that I'm a part of, that I knew a lot about, that I had kind of like an expertise in, and now we're closing in on 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Next, know your worth. When I got started working on my own, I felt like something was better than nothing. So my rates were like really low, but I really wanted to like gain the momentum. So I was willing to lower my rates and take, I guess, less than what I thought I was worth, because I just wanted to get the ball rolling. I wanted to be putting out content. I wanted to be working with brands, and that worked for me right away because it really got things going. And then I was able to actually ask for what I felt like I was worth. I think as well, we're starting to get to a time where companies are understanding how much worth is in paying for content from content creators. There was a hesitation, there still is a hesitation from some brands, some companies to actually pay for content, but there's no hesitation for people to pay for magazine ads, for billboard ads, for television ads, but we should be putting the money where the eyes are going. So many eyes are going to Instagram, to TikTok, to YouTube, so that's where advertisers should be putting more dollars, and I think we're starting to see it more and more. At least I'm noticing it more and more. A lot of people are now turning to social media, which so they should be, which means that people like me, people like you, it's a great benefit for us because these companies are now giving money, or not giving, they're paying people individually to create content rather than paying like big advertising firms and stuff. But I really think we should be celebrating the fact that content creators, small and big, of every size, are making money from sharing things that they love. I really think it should be celebrated. And that just brings me to a side note of people seem to dislike ads on Instagram. Like, say if I share something that's an ad, people don't resonate with it as much, and I totally get that. You know, like we skip commercials sometimes, we skip magazine ads, but at the same time I think it should be celebrated because it's like, in my case anyways, here's a woman who has a baby, she is making an income from this company that she already loves, that she already uses, rather than like a big corporation getting that money, you know what I mean? So 5, market yourself as a business. If you don't take yourself seriously, no one is going to take you seriously. Have a media kit. An easy, amazing place to make a media kit, to do everything, whether it's your YouTube thumbnails, is Canva. When you're working with a brand or when you're trying to connect with a brand, you have to be professional. But if you're messaging a brand because you want to work with them, make sure you spell check, make sure you use the correct twos, T-O versus T-O-O versus T-W-O. The most important message overall with this about treating yourself like a business, being professional, is that you have to show your worth, and you have to show a company, a brand, what worth, what value you are bringing to them. I have always loved business and been in the business world. In grade 12, I was in an entrepreneurship class where we had a junior achievement company, and junior achievement is basically like a company program that young people in high school can create a company. They can make money off of it, they get to learn all the ins and outs of business, and I was the president of our junior achievement company, and we sold, very simply, cupcake kits and candy bouquets in the themes of Halloween, Christmas, and Saskatchewan Roughrider. The Saskatchewan Roughriders are our CFL team in Saskatchewan. We bleed green. So these cupcake kits and candy bouquets did very well. We ended up winning Company of the Year in Saskatchewan and later Company of the Year in Canada. So we did very well. And then what's funny is I then went to school to be in the sciences because I thought I wanted to be a doctor, and like, I'm like, I love business so much, so I'm so confused why I did that, but you know, live and learn. Anyways, this has a point to it. My number 6 tip is invest in yourself. I went to school in the sciences, then I went into commerce, which is where I should have been in the first place, then I got a law degree. Now I sit here thinking, you know what, I should do my MBA, my Master's of Business Administration, or something like that. That would allow me to learn more, but I don't want to spend like $30,000 to $40,000 getting another degree. I was interested in doing my MBA because I wanted to spark inspiration. I wanted to learn more skills. And then I came back to, and I always come back to, very simply, something that has helped me in so many different ways, from getting out of creative slumps to learning about how to create better content to how to better serve my audience on Instagram, to so many other different things, and that is Skillshare. You've heard me talk about Skillshare before. I will continue talking about Skillshare because I use it, I love it, and I'm not going to be paying $30,000 to $40,000 to get a degree when I could be paying $10, $11 a month, $141 a year for a platform that can give me so much value. If you don't want to pay $11 a month, $141 for a year, you can get 2 months of Skillshare, premium Skillshare, for free by clicking the link that I have. You can get Skillshare 2 months for free. You can try it out. I'm going to share with you a couple of my favorite classes that have helped me with overall business and have helped me succeed so much in 2019 versus 2018. And so in saying that, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. For those who don't know, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people. Topics include illustration, design, photography, freelancing, entrepreneurship, business, marketing. So this video is about finding that success in your personal business, whether right now it's a side business for you, whether you're wanting to go full-time with social media or with whatever kind of business venture that you have. And one of the classes I love is called Going Freelance, Building and Branding Your Own Success. The reason that I love classes like this is because it gets me so inspired of like, okay, that's something I'm already doing, that's something I haven't thought about doing, that's something I definitely want to do. Instagram is just such an interesting world, and it's hard sometimes to figure out how to be successful on the platform, how to use it. One of the classes that I've loved that I just did the other day, it's called Finding Instagram Success, Build an Account People Care About, and it's by Taylor Loren. She's the head of content marketing at Later. It's a 60-minute class. Most of these classes are just like 60 minutes, maybe a couple hours at most, and they're in little segments, like 1 to 2 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes. If you only have 6 to 10 minutes at a time, then they're perfect. It's such an amazing way to learn so much, spark creativity, get yourself going, get yourself started. And anyway, this class, it talks about building an Instagram presence that embodies your whole self, attract followers who genuinely care. Now, you may be watching this video because you might be doing something that isn't necessarily serving you the way you want, something that you feel like isn't meeting your purpose in life, or what you're doing just isn't working for you. And so one of the classes that I have loved is called Discovering Success, 7 Exercises to Uncover Your Purpose, Passion, and Path by Emma Gannon. She started a side project that turned into a successful business, and today she's become a Sunday Times bestselling business author, broadcaster. And in this class, she talks about redefining success on your terms, and it's only 1 hour. I turned to this class because I wanted to reconnect with what I feel like my purpose is on social media, on Instagram, on YouTube. For me, I'd say the biggest thing that Skillshare has done for me is understanding how I can turn what I love, what I'm doing, into something that is valuable and that brings value to other people. So if you want to learn from some of these amazing classes, if you want to learn even more than I'm sharing with you in this video, take advantage of those 2 free months. There are limited spots, and experience all that Skillshare Premium has to offer. The last tip, the last point that I'm going to leave you with is consistency is key. Whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on YouTube, being consistent in sharing content with your audience is so important. I've definitely had ups and downs with this, but I would say since I've been consistent on both platforms, I've experienced the most success. I think that's going to be it for now. So I hope that this brings you a little bit of value. I hope you learned something. I hope there was something that was applicable to whatever you're doing. And always remember that you do have a voice. You have something to say. People want to hear from you. They want to learn from you. We are all experts in different areas that sometimes we don't necessarily think, or we don't feel like they're valuable, but they are. We all have things that we're interested in, that we love. So you do have value to bring. You do have something to bring to the table, to bring to an audience. And finally, thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and thank you to all of you for your endless support. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to be doing what I'm doing, so I thank you so much. It means so much to me. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description box will get those 2 free months of Skillshare Premium. So hurry and click the link and get there before everybody else.